We are in the car, headed to the AT. I got Richard and my dad. Are you guys excited?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Alright, we'll be there in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yay! Taking our first steps
Are they? What's that?
on the AT.
Do it. What are you doing?
Alright, we hiked 2.6 miles and made it to our first shelter. It started raining pretty hard the last half mile. We were just waiting for my dad to catch up to us. Should be here any minute. I think we're gonna sleep in the shelter tonight. Ooh, it's my daddy. So we're on day 2. We've done about 2 miles out of 7, and we're on this nice pavement. Makes walking easy. Nice scenery.
One on my left side, one on my right side.
This is really pretty.
Same thing. I slip.
This is a white blaze, and that's how you know you're still on the AT and you're not lost.
It's really long, so you can reach down to the. Yeah.
Sitting on top of a mountain after walking up it. Climbing is harder than walking flat, but we're having a really good time. About 2 miles away from our next shelter. We got some breeze and some sunshine.
That's just like a regular honeybee, right?
It's a bumblebee.
A bumblebee.
Where are you going, lady? Look at this view. And that view. Wow. Okay, so we made it to Saunders Shelter. But we had a little getting lost along the way. So we thought that blue blazes would mean that we were heading to the shelter. So at one point, maybe 5 minutes away from where we actually were supposed to turn, 5 minutes before, we saw blue blazes, and we went down them, and we kept on walking for a while. We ended up getting really turned around and pretty lost for about an hour and a half. Thankfully, we trusted our instincts, and I had like GPS tracker location thing on my phone, so I could see that we got turned around and a little lost. But we did put on about extra 4 to 5 miles of unnecessary miles. We ran out of water. But yeah, we did okay. We stayed calm, and we made it back to the AT, and we made it to Saunders, and my dad had gone off to find us, but then he ended up coming back about 5 minutes later. So anyways, lesson of the story is, don't leave the AT unless you see a sign that says that you're headed in the right direction, because if you don't see a sign, that's not where you're supposed to be going. Wednesday morning, day 3 of our backpacking trip, and we're making breakfast. So we have the MSR Pocket Rocket, heating up our food, and our Halo Light. I can't remember the exact name of this. We have some water boiling. We have some more clean water here. We're using a Sawyer squeeze. to filter our water. Here's all of our breakfasty things, all of our other snacks. Richard is on blister duty. He's got a couple blisters on his toes. I am doing some yoga and stretching here. And then I will resort to using some muscle ice on my really sore spots. Yeah, ready for day 3. This is what the AT looks like right now. Going downhill and doing some switchbacks. Feeling really good minus my middle right toe. Richard's knees are a little owie. My dad is leading the pack. Yeah, very happy to be on the AT still. Having so much fun. There's the switchback. Hey, I know you. Another cool section. River down here. Video. Here's Lost Mountain Shelter, where we spent first night. And we walked all the way here, all the way here to Saunders.
And then a little here.
Yeah. And now we are on the Virginia Creeper. There's a bridge out on the AT, so we had to cross over to here. And we are walking, oh no, we'll meet back with the AT somewhere. But our goal is to make it to Damascus tonight. Every so often you get an overlook like this. Hitting Damascus in 2 miles. We made it to Damascus, into the car, into the most important thing of all, not ripe. Unripe bananas. Bummer. But Kimmy's cookies! Cookies! Check them
Yeah,
out.
they're not melted yet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good.
Thanks, sister. Cookie. Ow. Yum. It's morning of day 4. Last night we stayed at Crazy Larry's hostel in Damascus, Virginia. And if you're going to be passing through Damascus on the ET, you should definitely stay here. This is a great hostel. Crazy Larry's really nice. His dog Sally's nice. He has a great shower, great beds. He has a heating pad. He has everything you can possibly need. He's a really nice guy. So we're going to be getting back on the trail in about an hour. And to show you what we're doing today, this is where we're at right now. And we're climbing 2,000 feet across 10 miles up to Abington Gap. So my calves are already on fire, so we'll see how much fun this is today. But I'm excited to get back to the trail. I miss it already. Vaseline on the toes. No blisters.
That big grin on your face.
They're on high butt. Let's jump over together.
Yep. You ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Ah! Tennessee! Here's what the trail's been looking like in Tennessee. Pretty smooth. Not as manicured. A lot more growth over the trail. We're doing some uphill. Pretty flat right now though. trail's beautiful in Tennessee too.
I'm gonna get it right here in the clearing.
We made it to Double Spring Shelter. It's our last night on the trail. We got here and all I saw was trash everywhere around the shelter. So did a little trail upkeep. I picked up 2 pounds of glass and plastic that I'm going to carry out tomorrow with me. We're going to walk back up the trail a little bit where there's a little campsite where there's less flies and garbage, and we're going to sleep there tonight. Richard and my dad are getting water. We're gonna head up there and go make dinner and set up our camp. Sad it's our last night on the trail.
Yep.
Yeah, I did it!
Good job, Brittany. Fire, yay.
Richard! We're sitting here by our cozy campfire. I just have one question to ask the guys. So, Dad, did you have fun on the AT?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Care to elaborate?
Hills,
Hills?
hills, they're fun.
And Mr. Richard, how was your first ever trip on the Appalachian Trail?
Good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Have a good
I
time?
don't like downhill.
How do your knees like downhill?
Not so much.
And also Richard earned his trail name Bellows because he can make a fire go. I also had fun and it's great last night. We're here alone at the shelter campsite. Nobody else walked through since we got here. Really enjoying the fire and yeah, great time on the AT. Can't wait to come back. Saying goodbye to our last campsite. Dad, ready for your last hike?
You betcha.
Richard?
Except for the downhill.
We only have 3 miles left on the trail. But it was a great time on the AT and I just can't wait to come back.
We're coming for you, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, Kitty, don't worry, Mommy, Daddy are coming home. Goodbye, Forest. See you next year. Almost over. last leg of the AT this trip. Bye, AT.